guys, and welcome to another video today. This time for some more tour highlights here for Oulton Park. We're in qualifying right now, and yeah, this is basically round 5 and 6 of the season, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, pace was looking pretty good going into this race. I did first track compared to something like Knock Hill. Knock Hill was a bit of a disaster last time out. A bit of a disaster. It was just not enjoyable. So here we are going into qualifying. This is actually our first lap of the session. We set it really early on, unusually. Normally the grip gets better over the time, so we set this time quite early on. And it was a pretty good time, but there's a lot more time in the bag as we hit turn 1 pretty nicely. Be careful of the track limits as well. They were very strict on these sort of things. And we're keeping it quite nice. We're a bit of traffic ahead of us as well, but they get out of the way nicely. But we get a little bit of slipstream, which is also a little bit of a help. And we head down to this hairpin. This hairpin was pretty hard to get right. I'm sorry for the quality at this point as well. It's pretty abysmal. As I was streaming on Twitch, I don't know what was going on. But that hairpin we navigated pretty nicely in first gear. The chicane as well is a pretty tricky chicane, but it's when you get used to it, you're okay. Then a second gear for this one. We hit that through nicely as it continues to buffer. And if you haven't noticed, I am suffering from a cold. So I do sound like I'm just blocked up. But again, traffic gets in the way nicely. Double right-handed is my favourite part of the circuit. Very quick, down the third gear, hang it in there, hit the apex nicely, carrying the speed through as we get that nicely as well. And now we're heading down into this last corner, a pretty tricky one as well, as the elevation change. And in the second gear now, hitting the apex nicely, running it nicely, not too wide either, keeping it in the limits. And here we come to the line. It's going to be a nice clean lap around Oulton Park. It's a 1:24.157. And that's pretty over that red lap. I'll try going out later on in the session to try and do more laps, but unfortunately, I couldn't improve because of traffic. As we boosted lobby size up to 14, which meant I didn't have enough time, but Murphy was on pole there, and we actually got into lobby A for the first time. So we're actually in lobby A. We qualified in 10th for lobby A, and I was really happy to be in lobby A. Good points on here, and this is the first race 5 of the season. And obviously race 6 coming up after this as well, as the quality has been bad. We're actually going racing now. We get a pretty good start, and we've got our teammate on the inside, and we're just going to keep it nice and clean. I'm sorry for the quality at this point, guys. This is going to be a very quick race anyway. Not much happens. We're staying behind these guys. I don't know who's that. Is that Matt in front of us? Yeah, it's Matt 212 for Team Yellow. We're just keeping it all calm now. But I was actually getting some issues in this race, and some other people were getting the same issue as me. Basically, the tyres were overheating, so out of the box, you'd be racing, and it was just, the tyres just were overheating all the time, and we couldn't do anything about it. As here, someone spins in front of me, and I crash. I had nowhere to go, really. I think that's actually one of the guys who was actually suffering with the same issue as me, where a tyre would overheat, and it would never recover. It just, mine did recover in the end, but the guy we crashed with, who's actually in front of us, I think, and we're actually having a little bit of a battle here with him. He just had overheating for the complete race, and he was complaining in the party, and I can't blame him there. That was just ridiculous from the actual game itself. Something you can't stop. But yeah, the overheating was really hard. We couldn't get, the pace was just not coming, and we finished in P10 for this race. And just bad luck, really. But we managed to recover the tyres in the end to get them to stop overheating, but it just wasn't enough, really, to get. We were just too far behind in the first place. So, finished P10 in that race, not too bad. Good points on the cards. It's much better than the points you get in LBB in terms of finishing first, so that's the best thing in the world. But yeah, I decided to reset my game after this because I don't want the overheating to repeat in race 2. I wanted more of a smooth race 2, a much more competitive race 2. Racing against the fastest guys in this league, as Team Murphy took the win with Burden's P2, and EVI Chirac, our teammate, did very well in P3. We've also Matt in Team Yellow in P4, so pretty good. Kieran, Heavy Hurricane finished in P8, so good points for us for Team Purple, as we now, or Team Pink, as we look on into race 2 of the day, and race 6 of the season. And we're starting in P10 once again, which is very exciting in race 5, and we're going racing once again. Again, the quality isn't very good, but we're into P10. We're still in, no, we're actually down P11 actually now, as we're behind the guy in front, as we're just trying to keep it clean at this point. Again, I wasn't sure about the tyres in terms of, you know, if they were overheating or not, but it seemed to be sort of settled down. Adam Watson actually was the guy who actually got in front of us. As we go into this hairpin now, it's all very, just, everyone was just sort of getting close to each other, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to let them do their own thing. You know, it's not worth it risking it at this stage of the race. I'm just trying to keep it as clean as possible. and we're pretty much all in a row. It's like a bit of a jam actually at this point. But we're doing very well. Jordan got to go down to P9. I think actually he has some issues as the car ahead has gone a little bit wide now. As I'm trying to have a look at them as we head into this double right-hander, but I back out of it and decide not to do that. Yeah, the quality of the stream wasn't fantastic. I was trying to sort it out for next week. Actually, that was actually Adam Watson who's going wide, so kept it clean, and it's no point risking it at this point in the race, as I said. But John McGonigal was going backwards at this point, and he was struggling in the party, so apparently had some sort of steering issue. So we sent that opportunity to get out back up the order again, back into P10, as now John McGonigal is on the P10, being overtaken by Adam Watson, and we're heading this hairpin once again, and he was really struggling. We're really good on the brakes here, as a trying to chase him through, but just couldn't have the opportunity. As we're in the slipstream once to get here, as we head into the chicane, and we want to have a little look, a little fake look, but nothing on. It's just suicidal if you try and go make an overtake through the chicane. We get a nice run through the exit though, actually, and through this corner here as well. It's a pretty nice complex of corners actually, as we head up the hill, as we're in the slipstream, and we're closing, but it's not enough. He doesn't, obviously, he's keeping the line that he wants to keep, which is fantastic. You know, that's racing, and again, just trying to find an opportunity, but we knew it was coming soon, as he runs really, makes a big mistake at turn 1, next lap, and we get a good run on him. We get past him, and that's the move done for P10, but he'll stay behind us here, and he's trying to battle away with us, as we leave the door open on the left hand side, and we run it really wide. I think it has a bit of understeer or something. Something was really wrong. I don't know what it was, but now he goes for it on our inside here. He goes for it, I lock up, and he goes for it on my inside, and we make contact. I go on the curb, I lose positions, and Burnout gets past us. So we've lost 2 positions in one corner, and that really agitated me big time, as our Burnout and Jordan go a road with each other into chicane. They try to make an overtake, but the contact's made, and that was a bit interesting. Jordan couldn't turn in, and Jordan's now down the order. Burnout makes a mistake as well. I think he tried to let Jordan go through again, but yeah, that overtake that Burnout tried, I think it was probably, my opinion, not right to make, but obviously he's alongside, he may go for it anyway. But we're now into P10 once again, and this was going to be a battle for the rest of the race, me versus Burnout. He's in Team Yellow, I'm in Team Pink. I make a mistake here at the last corner, having lots of problems with locking, as we're now battling for P9 now, as one of the TM members has gone wide, and now we're racing multiple with each other. I'm trying to push into the right hand side, but I'm going to let him have the inside here, and just going to let him through. At this point, he was just, I just couldn't do anything. There was no point fighting. Technically, one of the other side of the team, just amazed that the other side of the team do well, because technically, even though we're 2 separate teams, we're still the same team, and it's good to have Team Yellow and Team Pink, either one of them being successful at the same time. So just keeping behind him here, and this is what I was doing for the rest of the race, just keep behind Burnout, try to put him under a little bit of pressure, but I didn't want to make a mistake, obviously, and we just get behind him, going on to lap 8 now, as we do a personal best lap of the race here, at 25.3. As we just keeping behind him, putting the pressure on as much as possible, and just following him around the circuit, and hoping we can catch the guys ahead, because the guys ahead weren't really breaking away. So, if anything, we actually had a really good pace, which is good. I mean, we deserved to be in this lobby. And after the last race of the overheating of the tyre, we're not having it in this race. So things started to hook up for us here, as we're doing a better sector 2 there. But now here, Burnout makes a mistake. He's gone really wide here, and I leave him the space so he can come back on the circuit, and we go on the inside here, and we get the move done for P9. So that's us into P9 ahead of him once again, and it's time for him to put the pressure on me. And this was basically a battle we had to the end of the race. He's right behind us here now, but he couldn't. Like, it's like a plus best there, 25.225, and we're battling away for the last 4 laps of the race between me and him. So that was the idea. Yeah, I mean, it was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. I think the pace was really strong, but I think just had a bit of understick, had a little bit of damage and stuff, and yeah, just try to take it cautious. But now lap 12, through the chicane here, we make a little bit of a mistake. Well, they don't actually make a mistake, we actually make a little mistake, and we actually make contact with Burnout on the exit, and there was, after the race, he talked to me about cutting him off. I didn't feel I did, to be honest. There, perhaps, but then I made a mistake, and he went to the inside, and I was on my line. And now into the hairpin now, making another mistake here, locking up, and that was bad at 13. And I don't know, that hairpin I was never struggling with, but for some reason I was in this race. In practice I wasn't, so interesting, as actually our own teammate, maybe our Hurricane's actually in front. I'm heading to chicane right now. Made a mistake on the brakes, on the inside, make contact again with burnout. I didn't cut him off there. I went deep. I was on the inside. I couldn't go anywhere else, and we made contact again. And then later on in lap 14, we had made the hairpin again, just going deep. But we actually did a better first set than anything else. And Alberto's got a run on us here as we head into chicane once again. It was always here where me and him would probably make contact. And I just struggled with the brakes, basically. Make it lock up on the brakes. He hits us on the rear. He had nowhere to go, and I had nowhere to go. But again, it wasn't me cutting him off. I just struggled. The car wasn't slowing down. And I explained this to him after the race. It just wasn't. It wasn't slowing down. Maybe I overheated the brakes earlier on. Perhaps that is probably a thing. Maybe I should run a little bit of ABS. Maybe a low ABS setting, perhaps, to stop that from happening. That could be an option that I do. Because low ABS doesn't mean full ABS. It basically means it helps you if you lock up slightly. If you still lock up, but you will get a little bit of assistance, so it stops it, and you won't be overheating the brakes so much. So, and these cars don't obviously run ABS, but it will help the situation. So maybe I could probably do that for next race. But now into the hairpin once again. We actually hit it nicely this time, but actually, initially we did. But then the exit was absolutely disgusting. And now Burnout's right there with us. We squeeze him out there, and he's flashing his lights. I mean, I didn't force him out. I'm the car ahead. I'm the car length ahead. I'm allowed to do that. And that's my screen. And then he hits me from the behind, the chicane again. So, I know he was getting angry, and I know he was a bit furious at the end of the race, but I didn't cut him off. He wasn't alongside me in the end of the day. I cut him off, yes, a car length ahead. If he had been alongside me, I would understand his frustrations, but I wasn't cutting him off when he was side by side with me. I was cutting him off when he was a car length behind me, and I'm allowed to do that. If I'm the car ahead, I'm allowed to dictate the line. So yeah, just something there. And now we're heading to the last corner now. Hurricane was, I think, chasing down the TM boys, but we finished in P7 and P8 for Team Pink. And that was really good. I mean, endurable race, decent battles with Burnout, and yeah, actually, Hurricane was battling Brembo. I think Brembo actually had a really bad day. Again, he had suffering from issues in race 1, and again in race 2, I think he had to make a comeback drive. So yeah, that was that race. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe for more racing content on the channel. As more of these videos will come out later on. I will be doing the AOR GT3 League as well. I signed up for that, and that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks, as the league will be starting in a couple of weeks' time. But that was Oulton Park. Fun race, really enjoyed it. Much more better than Knockhill in terms of being in Lobby A for the first time. It was really nice to be there for the first time, and it's really cool. As that is the results. Murphy won, Bird second, and then Child in third. And you got Matt in fourth for Team Yellow, and Shrek in P5. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you for another video very soon. Thanks, guys.